Welcome to Education Today. I'm Mikey McKitta.
And I'm Matt Van Horn, and we're TV production students from West Shamokin High School in the Armstrong School District.
Today, we're going to bring many of our district student athletes on to talk about their teams and accomplishments and the challenge of being student athletes. Tonight will be part one of a two-part episode featuring our student athletes.
We will feature 2 schools tonight and 2 next week. Because of the amount of students, we will be breaking our episodes into several parts. We'll feature West Shamokin High School and Ford City tonight. First being West Shamokin. Welcome to Education Today.
Athletes, would you please introduce yourselves, what year you're in, and what sports you play? Steve, we'll start with you.
I'm Steve Kujic. I play football. This is my senior year.
I'm Andrew Sabula. I also play football, and this is my senior year.
And I'm Michaela Williams. I play basketball, and this is my senior year as well.
Fantastic.
Steve, or Andrew, let's start with talking about how this year's season went. How did your team fare?
We made lots of improvements this year. I think we might have led the conference in rushing. Some steps forward this year.
Andrew?
That's pretty much it. We made a lot of improvements from week 1 to week 10, I guess.
It's very interesting.
Okay. Now, are there any highlights from your season? Andrew, we'll start with you.
Week 6 at the Deer Lakes game, I returned a kickoff for 92 yards to start the second half.
It's really great. Steve?
When we kicked off in Neshannock, I went down and I tackled the ball carrier and picked him up. It was pretty cool.
You picked them up.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was pretty fantastic.
Fellowship. How did you fare personally throughout the season, Steve?
Well, this was my best season. Put on 45 pounds this year. It's just my best year so far.
Andrew?
I think I ended up with about 5 touchdowns. I made MVP for our team this year.
Great.
Now, Michaela, you're involved in the upcoming winter sports season. Tell me, what are your expectations for yourself and for your team this winter?
Well, expectations for our team right now is to get into the playoffs. Last year we got a new coach in that, so it's kind of shaking off the new coaching system, feel and that. So right now our goal is to make playoffs, win as many games. Personally, my expectation, help out my team as best I can. I'm captain now, of varsity squad, so I have to be a good leader. So that's always a big right there. A little more pressure, but I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Well, you sound like a great leader.
All right, let's step slightly away from sports for a minute. Anyone can answer here. What's it like being a student athlete, and what kind of challenges do you face?
Well, it's so hard when Miss Swank gives you so much homework every night. English every day. It's just, when you have to stay after school till 6:30, it's so hard.
Certainly. Andrew?
Yeah, what Steve said, that English homework, it's really tough.
I like it, it's nice to represent the school. There's a certain pride in it, And challenge, like they said, homework's a big challenge in that, especially that English, but.
Now, tell me, what is your favorite part about high school, and what is your favorite part about being involved in your respective sports teams? Andrew?
It's okay, I guess. Senior year could be a little better. I think we should make it a little bit more funner. But, I don't know.
Interesting. Michaela?
And it's basically what I said before, it's a nice feeling in that, and the team atmosphere too, and that's what I really like about it, is we have a real family atmosphere in that we're always, looking out for each other, very enthusiastic, so I really like that, and something I'm definitely going to miss when I graduate is that, after school, waiting for the games and that, but I'm just going to enjoy it in that, and we'll see how it plays out.
Okay, thank you very much, seniors. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Armstrong School District Education Today. Stick around.
Before I came to IUP, I had no idea what college would be like or what role I would play or where I'd be in the future. But when I came to IUP, everything changed. I met people who really made me feel like I belonged. I had great classes at a great nationally ranked university. Hi, my name is Megan Miller. I'm a fine arts major, and this is my university.
We're back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. We're talking to ASD student athletes. Tonight is part one of a two-part episode featuring our student athletes. We just heard from 3 West Shamokin students. Now we welcome in 3 more West Shamokin students.
Athletes, would you please introduce yourselves? Tell us what year you're in and what sport you play.
My name is Cassandra Baum. I play volleyball at West Shamokin, and I'm a senior this year.
My name's Damon Craig. I'm a junior, and I play soccer and basketball.
I'm Zane Clauser, and I play soccer. This is my sophomore year.
Let's start with talking about how this year's seasons went. How did your teams fare? Zane, we'll start with you.
It was an improvement from last year. We had a shot at playoffs, so yeah, fairly good.
Like Zane said, we improved a lot from last year. We won a lot more games and had a really close shot at making playoffs this year.
That's great. Cassie?
For us, volleyball this year, we made playoffs, and we had a positive season, 9-5, and we lost our first playoff game, but we grew as a team, so that was a good thing.
Great. Good seasons all around.
Now, what would you say your biggest highlight from the season would be, Zane?
Well, we tied Springdale 1-1. They're definitely a big competitor in playoffs, so that was pretty big.
Damon?
Definitely the biggest highlight of our season was tying Springdale, who was a big competitor this year in our section. So we did a good job against them.
Mine would have to be us making playoffs or our games against Katanning. When we played at Katanning, we went into 5 games, and even though we lost 16-14 in the last game, it was a really tough night, so it was a good game.
Okay, now as an athlete, how did you fare personally?
I think I did good. I got moved positions this year, but I adjusted well, and being the only senior and the captain of the team, I think I did a good job. It was tough, but
Switching positions, that sounds tough.
it was.
Damon?
I think I did relatively well this year. I played sweeper this year instead of just a wing on D, and I improved my slide tackling, I think, by a lot.
Zane?
This year I ended up tying Matt Van Horn for leading scorer with 8 goals, so that was pretty.
Wow,
pretty
isn't
good.
he a senior?
Yeah.
And a sophomore, tying a senior. That's amazing.
It's very impressive indeed. Okay, we're going to step slightly away from sports for a minute. What's it like being a student athlete, and what challenges do you face on a day-to-day basis, Cassandra?
I would definitely say just getting your schoolwork done and also being a good athlete and keeping your grades up, because I know with volleyball, since I live about 20 miles away from the school, I didn't want to waste the gas with gas prices, so I stayed after school, and I'd have to get my homework done either there or at 8 o'clock when I got home. So just keeping your grades up.
Damon?
Definitely the biggest challenge is trying to balance schoolwork with sports and any activities you need to do around the house at home. Probably the biggest challenge.
Yeah, I have to agree with Damon.
Now, what is your favorite part about being in high school, and what is your favorite part about being involved with your respected sports? Cassie?
I definitely think the best part of high school right now is just being a senior and being respected in the high school and being able to tell underclassmen what to do. And being involved in sports, I just love that you're a family and you all treat each other well and you just enjoy the time when you're together.
Damon?
For me, I'd have to say going and playing in a big game and having your home crowd, and the next day you come to school and the kids walk up and they say, "Hey, that was a good game last night," or "I really enjoyed watching you play." Probably one of my favorite things to see.
Yeah, it touches you here, doesn't it?
It does.
Zane?
I have to agree with Damon again on this. Yeah, I just have to agree with Damon on that.
Fantastic.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Armstrong School District's Education Today.
Before I came to IUP, I had no idea what college would be like or what role I would play or where I'd be in the future. But when I came to IUP, everything changed. I met people who really made me feel like I belonged. I had great classes at a great nationally ranked university. Hi, my name's Megan Miller. I'm a fine arts major, and this is my university.
Welcome back to Armstrong School District's Education Today. We are now talking with 4 more students from West Shamokin. Tonight is part 1 of a 2-part episode featuring our student athletes.
Athletes, please tell us your name, what year you're in, and what sports you play. Jason?
I'm Jason McCaslin. I attend West Shamokin. I am a senior, and I am here to represent the West Shamokin golf team.
My name is Bev Kojic. I run cross country and I'm a junior this year.
I'm Hannah King. I run cross country and I'm a junior this year.
I'm Colin Adamson. I'm a freshman and I'm here to represent wrestling for West Shamokin.
Good.
Okay, let's start talking about your team this year and how do you think you will fare?
Our team this year had a very positive note. We finished 17-1, made playoffs, and won section title.
This year, our team did a lot better than we have. I ran for 3 years, and this, I would say, is our best year so far. We didn't win every single time, but we did a lot better than we have been doing.
Great.
Yeah, I think our cross country team improved a lot this year. And I think our coach estimated we ran about like 160 miles from the summer to the end of the season. So that's pretty cool.
Well, I guess as far as wrestling, we've been doing a lot of conditioning and have a new coach this year, and that seems to be working out good so far, so hopefully we'll have a good season.
Now, are there any highlights from your past season? Hannah, we'll start with you.
Highlight from my season would probably getting my personal best time at Freeport. So I was pretty proud of myself.
Bev?
I'd have to say a highlight from our season is, might not be the brightest highlight, but like most of our meets were just completely muddy, especially Grove City. We were like caked in mud by the end, and they had no paper towels in the bathrooms. It was awful, but yeah.
Jason?
Definitely highlight of the year was winning section title. Was probably the biggest highlight of the year, yeah.
Does sound pretty amazing.
Yeah.
How did you fare personally as an athlete? Colin?
Well, last year was my first year wrestling, and any time you talk to anybody, first year wrestling is always rough. So this year I'm coming back as the oldest one on our team, so I have to set an example for everybody else. So hopefully we'll fare good.
Definitely.
And me personally.
Hannah, how do you fare personally as an athlete?
Personally, I definitely improved this year. Yeah, improved.
Great. Jason, how would you say that you fared personally as an athlete?
Me individually, I qualified 2 years in a row for section individuals, or represent West Shamokin at another level. So I think I was pretty positive on my part. So.
It's very impressive. Congratulations. Bev?
Personally, this year I did better than I have in the past 2 years. So that's good.
Great.
Now, Jason and Colin, you both have upcoming winter sports seasons. What are your expectations for your team and yourself this winter? Jason?
Our expectations for basketball would be make playoffs, improve our winning status more than what we did the past 2 years, and just do a lot better, I guess.
Of course.
This year, improve. We win all of our home matches. Last year we won all but one, so win every home match this year.
Okay.
Let us take a slight turn away from the sports for a minute. What's it like being a student athlete, and what challenges do you face? Hannah?
Being a student athlete and like the challenges you face would probably balancing schoolwork, like most people are saying, and playing sports, getting your work done.
Bev?
I'd have to say, along with the schoolwork, is like getting enough sleep, because you stay up and you do your schoolwork and then get up really early, and it's exhausting sometimes.
Most definitely. Mm-hmm. Jason?
I wouldn't say it's very difficult, but it was difficult because you practice till about 6 o'clock at night, and you go home and have like 2 hours of homework, and then sleeping factor plays a big toll on you. So being tired, it's difficult to deal with that.
Colin?
I have to agree with the rest of them, balancing out sports and schoolwork and then trying to find the time to get the right amount of sleep when you're getting home 6 o'clock every night. So that's one of the biggest challenges.
Couldn't agree more.
Now, athletes, I'm curious to know, what is your favorite part about high school, and what's your favorite part about being involved in your respected sports teams? Jason?
Well, favorite part of being in high school was hanging out with the bros every day in the hallway, hanging out. And as a team, growing as a brotherhood, being a family out in the field or golf course, wherever you want to be at.
I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah.
Bev?
My favorite part about being in high school is doing all my work and just, seeing your friends every day.
Okay.
My favorite part about high school would probably be like all the extracurricular activities I'm involved in. It's a lot of fun.
Mine would be seeing my friends and also all the extracurricular activities.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. Stick around.
Before I came to IUP, I had no idea what college would be like or what role I would play or where I'd be in the future. But when I came to IUP, everything changed. I met people who really made me feel like I belonged. I had great classes at a great nationally ranked university. Hi, my name's Megan Miller. I'm a fine arts major, and this is my university.
Welcome back to Armstrong School District's Education Today. We're talking with ASD student athletes. Tonight is part one of a two-part episode featuring our student athletes. We just heard from West Shamokin. Now we welcome in two Ford City athletes.
Now, athletes, please tell me your name, what year you're in, and what sports you play.
Well, first off, I'd like to just take this minute to thank you guys for having us on the show.
Certainly.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Go ahead, start us off.
My name's Katherine Hamilton. I'm a senior at Ford City High School, and I play cross country and volleyball.
My name is Jake Klingensmith. I'm a senior at Ford City, and I play football, and in the winter I weightlift.
All right, let's start and talk about how the season went. How did your team fare?
Well, at first we had a little trouble getting together. We kind of didn't click as a team, but by the end we got it going, and we found something that works.
Our team did well this year. We started with a very young team. I was the only older person on the team, and the girls won 6 meets. I'm not really sure how the guys did, but we did well.
Are there any highlights from your season?
I'd have to say the highlight for my season would be teaching all the underclassmen where to go, how to run the meets, and personally just be with them.
You sound like you really enjoyed being a leader.
I did.
Great.
Jake, how did you fare personally as an athlete?
Well, I made a first team all-conference guard for football, and I did that last year too. But I was really happy with that. Worked pretty hard.
Personally, I did well. It wasn't my best season, but I was a very big leader to the underclassmen, and I feel like that was a good responsibility to have.
Now, Jake, I understand you have an upcoming winter sports season. What are your expectations for that?
Well, it's weightlifting, and my expectations are just keep it going. I originally started weightlifting for football, but now since it's no more football, because I'm a senior, I'm just going to be doing it for myself and for the upcoming lifting meets in March. So come on out there, people.
You heard them.
All right, we're going to take a turn away from the sports for a minute. I want to know what it's like to be a student athlete and what challenges that you face. Catherine.
Being a student athlete is very fun. You have a very good atmosphere. You're a family with your team, and a lot of challenges like the rest of the student athletes face in the district is time management and also responsibility to do your homework and get to bed on time and make sure you're awake for all your classes that start at 7:30 in the morning.
You know, she's practically hit everything that I would say. A lot of lack of sleep is a big thing because you got to get home from practice and you got to do your homework. You got to make yourself do your homework. You can't just eat and go to bed. That's what I'd like to do.
Okay, so last question. What are your favorite parts about high school and respective sports teams that you're involved in?
My favorite part about high school is, well, I'm a talker, so I love being around people because I just spend my days just talking away. It's probably what I like the best about high school. About being an athlete, let's see here. Being an athlete is just a lot of fun. You create a lot of friends, and you kind of create an image for yourself, I guess.
Like what Jake said, my favorite part about high school is being with my friends and also having the challenge of classes that will prepare me for college. And about being involved with the sports teams, you become a family and you get to know the underclassmen a lot better than you think you would get to know them.
Okay, thanks very much. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. Stick around.
Before I came to IUP, I had no idea what college would be like or what role I would play or where I'd be in the future. But when I came to IUP, everything changed. I met people who really made me feel like I belonged. I had great classes at a great nationally ranked university. Hi, my name is Megan Miller. I'm a fine arts major, and this is my university.
Welcome back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. We're talking to ASD student athletes. Tonight is part one of a two-part episode featuring our student athletes. We just heard from a few Ford City students. Now we welcome in 3 more.
Athletes, would you please introduce yourself? Tell us how long you've been playing a sport and what sport that is.
I'm Joe Sipple. I've been playing hockey and golf since my freshman year, and I am a junior.
I'm Katie Glaschewski. I've been playing golf since my freshman year, and I'm a junior at Fort City.
And I'm Kevin Valasek, and I play Fort City hockey, and I'm a senior.
Okay. Now, let's talk about how your past seasons went. How did your teams fare?
Well, for golf, our team goal for golf was actually to have a better record than the football team, which we did accomplish.
We did all right. We're a young team, and a lot of the girls are just learning how to golf. So we try to help them just learn how to golf. So it's a little rough, but we're getting there.
And we had a winning season last year. We made playoffs and made it to the second round, I believe. So
Great.
Now, would you say there are any highlights from the past season?
This season we had, I think, 4 players make qualifiers, which that was nice to have that many students represent Fort City.
Just hanging out with all the girls is really fun, and just talking and just laughing, and the bus rides there and back are really fun.
One thing we participate in every year is a hockey tournament at Gilmore Academy in Ohio, and I know all the guys look forward to that, so that's probably the highlight of our.
That we do.
Now it's time to be a little bit cocky. How did you fare individually as an athlete?
This year for golf, I had many highs and many lows. My bad rounds, I don't want to talk about, but my few good rounds, I was kind of the leader for the team, I guess you could say.
I'm getting better. It was a little shaky at first when I first started, but it's getting better, and my next year should be really good.
Okay.
And I was third in the league in scoring and points. I finished the season with 40 goals and 30 assists and made the high school all-star team.
Fantastic.
All right, now tell me, what would you say your expectations for yourself and your team would be?
Expectations for my winter sport or fall sport?
Your winter sport, please.
My winter sport. Expectations are to make playoffs. It's always a good thing to do. And we're just once we make playoffs, we're going to see how far we can go.
Definitely.
Just having all the girls get their scores down so we can win a match, but it should be all right.
I would also like to make playoffs and maybe even go further and win a state championship my last year. Personally, I'd like to top last year's stats and make it above 70 points.
Now let's step away from the sports for a second. What's it like being a student athlete, and what kind of challenges do you face?
Being a student athlete, it's hard because hockey and golf, they can run at the same time. So after golf, I get home at around 5:30. I have about an hour until hockey practice starts. So in that hour, if I have to get all my homework done. It usually doesn't happen. So when I get home at around 9 o'clock from hockey, I have to start my homework then. So just getting enough sleep is a big problem.
Definitely just getting your homework done and keeping up your grades, because you always have practices or matches after school, and you definitely want to keep your grades up so you have good grades.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. Homework and time management, getting enough sleep is all challenging.
Okay. Now, what is your favorite part of being a high school student and your favorite part of playing on your respective sports team?
My favorite part of being a student is being on the morning announcements. I just absolutely love that. And probably my favorite thing about golf is not only am I getting close with my teammates, but also when you play someone in golf, you have to spend about 2 hours with them. So I meet so many other kids from different schools that I would never get to meet if it weren't for golf.
Definitely. Oh my gosh, I just forgot the question.
What's your favorite part about high school and the sport you play?
Oh, okay. Definitely like powder puff and homecoming and all the activities that everybody takes place in, and like Joe said, meeting all the new players that you have to go against at matches is really fun.
Being with friends in school is fun, and hockey just is a place to get away and let out your stress. So it's nice knowing you have practice that night or a game to go, and it's nice to hit someone sometimes and let out that those emotions.
Okay, well, we got a lot of useful information. We thank you very much. We're going to take a short commercial break, and we will be right back with Armstrong School District's Education Today.
Athletes, would you please introduce yourselves? Tell us what year you're in and what sports you play.
I'm Heather Davis. I'm a senior at Fort City, and I play volleyball and basketball in the winter.
I'm Paige Brocious, and I play tennis in the fall and basketball in the winter, and I'm also a senior.
Okay. Let's start out with talking about how this year's season went. How did your team fare?
Our team, this is a rebuilding year for us because last year we lost 5 out of our 6 starters. So it didn't go very well, but we built up and played some tough games.
Great.
Our tennis team was in the past not very good, but we're getting a lot better. We have a lot of newcomers this year, and we actually won quite a few matches.
Do you have any highlights from this past season?
As a team?
Yes.
Well, one of the biggest highlights was going down to Valley, and that's a really hard place to play, but we ended up winning.
I'd say the highlight for us this season was winning a 5-0 match, which is the first time it's happened in a couple years, so that was a pretty big deal for us.
Great.
Now, Heather, you said you were also involved in this upcoming winter sports season. What are your expectations for yourself and for your team?
Well, I expect us to make playoffs. I think we will. We just need to come together as a team and play together.
Now, we'll step away from sports for a minute. I'm curious to know what challenges are faced by a student athlete.
Definitely, like everybody else is saying, the schoolwork, having time to sleep, and I think one important thing is you have to manage your time well enough to be with your family.
I think a lot of the challenges are just having time for yourself to do things that you find are relaxing, and to just have fun with friends too, because high school is about having fun and you don't want it to all be about work and sports and stuff.
Well, I give you much credit for facing those challenges.
Most definitely. Now, what is your favorite part about high school and the respective sport that you play on?
Definitely high school would be being with friends at school and just hanging around. And being with the team would be, we're like a family, so we all stick up for each other and we always want to be together.
Yeah, I agree with Heather. High school's fun. I mean, you get to be with your friends all day, even in class and stuff, so we make the best of it. And basketball, our team is really, it is a family for us. We're there all the time. I spend more time with them than I do with my own family, so we become really close, and just everything we do is fun.
Well, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank our many student athletes from West Shamokin and Fort City High Schools for taking time out of their busy schedules to talk about ASD's fall sports season and glimpses into the winter season. I'd also like to take time to thank their teachers and parents for being willing to allow them to be here today. Our thanks also go out to TV production students of West Shamokin High School, led by their teacher, Mrs. Karen Coulter. They were our film crew today.
Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. DVD copies of this and all Education Today programming can be requested by contacting Chris Garetano, Multimedia Technician at Katanning Junior High School. Visit our website for updated information about the district and have a great week.